Good day! Welcome to the fourth week of our online training program. This is your teacher, Mr. Hans. Today, we are going to have our lesson on the present perfect tense, which is part of your grammar focus, Unit 10 of the Interchange Red Book. So let's start. So what is the present perfect tense? Present perfect tense is one of the tenses of the English language. And when do we use present tense? When do we use present perfect tense? Well, it is quite tricky to use the present perfect tense, but with my guidance and with your focus, we are going to ace it. So let's start. Let's have first the two sentences here. For number one, I have painted the walls yellow. And the second one is, I painted the walls yellow yesterday. It may seem that there is no difference between the two, but actually there is a big difference. Because the first one is a sentence in its present perfect tense. And the second one is a sentence in its simple past tense. Okay, so I have painted the walls yellow. Let us focus here. Take note that we made use of the verb paint in its past tense, painted, but we added have. So I have painted the walls yellow, contrary to the second example wherein we only have the past painted. So why? What is the difference? The difference is the time. In here, in sentence number 2, there is a specific time given, yesterday. But on sentence number 1, there is no definite time when the action took place. So this is where present perfect comes in. Present perfect tense of the verb talks about a tense of the verb wherein there is no definite time specified. Okay, so let's have number 2. My brother has studied his lessons, and my brother studied his lessons last week. So again, what is the difference between the two sentences? First, my brother has studied his lessons. The second one is my brother studied his lessons last week. Again, we have this one. And here, the verb is just studied. Take note that in the second sentence, there is a specified time, which is last week, but there is no specific time on the phrase example. So, I have painted the walls yellow. My brother has studied these lessons. Both these sentences are sentences making use of the present perfect tense. Now, when do we use the present perfect tense? When do we use the present perfect tense? Or how do we form the present perfect tense? The present perfect is formed with the verb have plus the past participle. Again, the present perfect is formed with the verb have plus the past participle. It is so important that whenever we discuss this, we have to go back to the conjugation of the subject and the verbs. Okay, so let's focus first on the single subject. I, you, he, she, and it. So we use have, he and she and it, we use has. Plus the past participle of the verb. For an example, walk. I have walked. Next, you have danced. Next, he has eaten. Next, she has read. And last one is it has flown. Take note that we made use of these verbs in their past participle. We focus on the phrase to walk and dance. Both of these are regular verbs. So when you say regular verbs, the past participle of the base form of the verb walked and danced are walk and dance. But since we are talking about the past participle, we have to take note that the past participle of the regular verbs walk and dance are walked and dance. So that is walk, present or base form, walked, which is the past, and walked, which is the past participle. The same is true with dance. So that is dance, danced, danced. But for eaten, read, and flown, these are what we call irregular verbs. These are what we call irregular verbs. So how do we form the past participle of irregular verbs? Let us first go back to what is the past tense, or what is the base form for the verb, for the past participle eaten. First we have eaten, we have eat. Read, we have read. And flown is fly. Okay, so eat, read, and fly. The past participle, the past of these verbs are eat is ate. Read is still written as read, but read as read. Okay, so the same spelling, but the reading or the pronunciation differs now. This is now read, no longer read, and fly is flew. So this is in the past. So eat, ate, eaten. Read, read, read. Fly, flew, flown. So this is how we form the past participle of regular verbs and irregular verbs. Take note that we are still focusing on the single subjects like I, you, he, she, and it. Okay, the singular subjects. How about for the plural subjects like we, they, and the plural you? Well, let us add here okay, so the plural you, we, and they. So for you we use have, we use have, and they we use have, plus again the past participle of the verb. So you may say you have walked, we have eaten, they have read. So these are this is how we form the present perfect of the verb. So let's focus here. We have here some questions. Have you been to a jazz club? So this is a question. This is a question in the present perfect tense. Have you been to a jazz club? The answer is yes, I've been to several. Or it could be no, I haven't been to one. So again, have you been to a jazz club? Yes, I have been to several. Or no, I haven't been to one. Another one, has she ridden a camel or has she ridden in a streetcar? Has she ridden in a streetcar? Answer, yes, she's ridden in one, or no, she hasn't ridden in one. Okay, how about this one? Has he called home lately? Yes, he's called twice this week. No, he hasn't called in months. And another one is, have they eaten dinner yet? Yes, they've already eaten, or no, they haven't eaten yet. Now, take note of the contractions that we use in the present perfect tense. So like for I have, we use I've. You have, we use you've. She has, we use she's. It has, we use its. We have, we use we've. And they have, we use they've. So take note of that. So let's have more examples. Again, take note that for the present perfect tense, we form the present perfect by having the verb have plus the past participle of the verb. Okay, verb have plus the past participle of the verb. So let's have some examples. Number one, Sarah drive a red car. Okay, Sarah drive a red car. So how are you going to transform this into a present perfect sentence? Again, verb have plus past participle. So Sarah is singular, so we use has. So Sarah has, what is the past participle of drive? Drive, drove, driven. So Sarah has driven a red car. Next, Hassan the news. Okay, Hassan read the news. Okay, so how are we going to transform this into a present perfect sentence? So Hassan again is singular, so we use has. So Hassan, what is the past participle of the verb read? Read. So Hassan has read the news. Okay, another one. The students. Okay, another one. The students blank attend the meeting. The verb is attend. So this is a regular verb. So what do we do with a regular verb? We add ed. Okay? So the students, since this is plural now, we can no longer use has, but we have to use have. So the students have And what is the past participle of the regular verb attend? Attended. Okay, so read, the students have attended the meeting. Okay, and last one. Okay, Sophia and I, blank, the verb is join the speech club. So Sophia and I, blank, or join the speech club. So again, Sophia and I, plural, so we use have. And join is another regular verb, so we make use of the past participle of join, which is joined. So, to complete, Sophia and I have joined the speech club. So this is very, very easy. You need to focus on familiarizing yourselves with the past participle of the verbs, especially the irregular verbs. So just like here, we have two irregular verbs and we have two regular verbs. So irregular verbs, drive, the past participle of that is driven. Read, the past participle of this irregular verb read is read. For the past participle of the verb attend, which is a regular verb, attended, and join, which is another regular verb, is joined. So you have to familiarize yourselves with this. Thank you very much, and I hope you will have a great day.